The Kremlin's most expensive project, and at the same time Putin's main toy, e-bivouac, has broken down. The much-suffering Crimean Bridge, just 9 months after the truck explosion in October 2022, has once again come under attack. So, what caused the latest explosion on the Crimean Bridge? Who is behind the brilliant operation to eliminate Crimea's transport artery? Oh, and how did they manage to pull it off? Spoiler, nothing like this has ever happened in the world before. This week, without exaggeration, started with explosive news. According to Crimean social media channels, in the early hours of Monday, around 4 in the morning, locals heard, as they like to say across the border, 2 powerful bangs. Soon after, a noticeably pale Sergei Aksyonov appeared in public. The collaborator briefly reported on an alleged emergency near some 145th support pillar of the Crimean Bridge, and hastily assured everyone that the situation was under control.
Due to the incident, automobile traffic on the Crimean Bridge has been halted, and the cause is under investigation.
But here is what the situation actually looks like. An entire span of the Crimean Bridge in the direction of Taman has been destroyed, and another span toward Kerch has sunk significantly and is no longer passable. Officially, no one has claimed responsibility for the explosion on the Crimean Bridge. However, most military experts and analysts agree that the operation was directed by Ukrainian special services, and it was surface drones that helped them strike the target with such precision.
This is yet another unique operation by the Security Service of Ukraine, which the Security Service carried out together with the Ukrainian Navy. The operation was probably portrayed at the highest level of complexity.
Before this war, drones and robots had never been used on the battlefield in such an intensive manner. Now what we see before us is a picture that is changing the world.
Surface drones. Before the start of the full-scale war, they were considered something out of science fiction. Along with combat dolphins and other absurd top-secret projects, hardly anyone paid attention to them. And back then they looked like oversized remote-controlled toy boats. It was difficult to intimidate the enemy with something like that. Well, at least until the Ukrainians got involved.
When we talk about creating such fleet units, structural divisions, we clearly understand that essentially this is a kind of army of the future. This is the element that will help save human lives, that will allow for more efficient operations, that will enable the most effective cooperation between different units and accomplish tasks that once seemed simply impossible.
In the spring of 2022, this seemed like science fiction, but by October it had become reality. Our engineers managed not only to design, but also to assemble, test, and soon successfully trial a domestic creation in the world's first maritime operation carried out exclusively by unmanned vehicles, all in the shortest possible time.
What we are witnessing now is a transformation in the approaches to conducting military affairs for the future. And seeing how all this is happening in the air and on the water, we clearly understand that it is working. And Ukraine has every opportunity to prove to humanity that such tools can already be used against the occupiers.
At 4:20 a.m. on October 29th, 9 unmanned aerial vehicles and 7 surface drones reached the ships of the Black Sea Fleet in the Sevastopol Bay. At that time, at least 3 ships were damaged. The Russian flagship Admiral Makarov, a minesweeper, and another unidentified vessel. This attack came as a complete surprise to the occupiers. Surface drones were fired upon from ships and helicopters, and unmanned aircraft tried to shoot down air defenses, but to no avail. At that moment, Russia finally lost its undisputed advantage at sea. Just a few days later, the president of Ukraine officially announced the creation of the world's first fleet of naval drones in our country.
We will be raising funds for the fleet of naval drones. I think absolutely everyone understands what this is and why it is needed. I'm sure that millions of people in our country will support this initiative as well. Everyone has already seen how it works.
It's clear that the latest surface drone is a unique and classified Ukrainian technology. However, there is still some information available about it. The estimated cost of one unit is about 10 million hryvnias. This price includes a drone equipped with autopilot systems, night vision special communications, protected against enemy electronic warfare, as well as a backup communication and control module.
Maintain constant communication with the operator. As I understand it, this is primarily a satellite communication. They can be operated in real time or in a fairly fast mode.
The main characteristics of these unique naval drones are also known. One such reconnaissance drone was washed ashore at Kruglaya Bay, just a few kilometers from the occupied city, shortly before the attack on Sevastopol. The advanced Ukrainian naval drone is a closed boat over 5 meters long, with a carbon fiber, sleek hull. It is equipped with a jet engine from a jet ski, features a camera system and a satellite antenna, can reach considerable speeds, and is capable of carrying up to 65 kilograms of explosives, which are detonated by a fuse from a Soviet FAB aerial bomb. The design of the device is entirely focused on speed, and its compactness compared to Western counterparts is intended to make the drone less visible to radar.
The presence of such robotics essentially eliminates the need to have a huge fleet of large warships. They are vulnerable. They are susceptible to the new type of weapons that are simply emerging in the world. And the epicenter of these changes is Ukraine.
There is no other more or less reliable information about the newly created Ukrainian naval fleet. But even without it, based on the results of the past week, we can judge what a tremendous breakthrough our army has made in this area. Unlike the cowardly Russian fleet, Putin's favorite Crimean toy, at least on paper, was much better protected. And getting close to the bridge seemed almost impossible.
In fact, the entire country was working to protect this facility.
Even before the first attack on the Crimean Bridge, Russian propaganda convinced its trusting viewers the crossing was indestructible and completely inaccessible. Around the clock, the entire area was scanned by the famous Voronezh radar, monitored from space by satellites and protected on the water by anti-sabotage boats. After the loud explosion at the end of last year, Putin hastily ordered increased security for the crossing so dear to his heart. The cardboard generals of the Russian Federation repeatedly reported on Su-30s patrolling the area, the deployment of additional radars and air defense systems on the peninsula, the delivery of more and more coastal missile systems to the Taiman region, and even the launch of Il-38 anti-submarine reconnaissance aircraft.
The Russians installed mirrors and installed corner reflectors, and they released smoke there, both white and black. Some say even Russian. Social media channels write that divers are on duty near every support pillar. Nothing, not even a fish or mine, gets close to the structure.
But for Ukrainian surface drones, this obstacle seems to have been insignificant.
This is a serious slap in the face to Russia's security system at guarded facilities in occupied territories and Russia. The situation there is worse as they feel safer there. It's a slap in the face, but a slap to the FSB, the Russian border service, and so on and so forth.
According to unconfirmed reports, 4 similar drones may have participated in this operation. They were spotted in satellite images. It is possible that some of them were used for reconnaissance and cover, and after successfully completing their mission, returned to their base of deployment. And now, just imagine what several dozen, or even hundreds, of such drones could do at once.
A fleet like this, with equipment capable of being autonomously operated hundreds of kilometers from the launch point, able to stay at sea for weeks, if not months, could actually secure the entire Black Sea region. It could fundamentally change the entire geopolitical situation in the world. Now we can see that even the actions of the enemy and the occupiers have changed. They are afraid. They realize that they are defenseless against completely new equipment.
And that's far from everything that makes the occupiers tremble on the battlefield. Believe me, the armed forces of Ukraine still have plenty of surprises in store that can stun the enemy. We will talk about the latest weapons being supplied to the Ukrainian army at the front and about the results of their use in the next episode. So give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes of Arsenal.